Full Court Press.
There is no stopping this team!
The Aggies, the Jazz, the high schools. If it's the sport you care about, we're talking about it.
Merrill for the lead. He's got it!
It's the Full Court Press with Eric Frandsen and Ajay Salvesen.
I'd hate to see how you balance your checkbook.
I'm telling you, I'd hate to see you general manage a team.
Y'all getting paid millions to act like...
The Full Court Press on Sports Talk Radio, 106.9 FM, 1390 AM. The Fan.
What's going on, everybody? Eric Frandsen, Ajay Salvesen here on a Thursday. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for taking some of your time to come along with us here on 106.9 FM, 1390 AM, the 106.9 The Fan mobile app, and streaming online, 1069thefan.com. That's also where you can find a lot of audio from coaches throughout the Mountain West Conference. I don't know. I don't know what our status is for players today.
Yes, I'm going to take mic number 2. I don't trust your slobber spit.
What's going on here? I can't even hear you.
All right.
There we are.
Yeah, don't say players. We only got one player on there. No, we got 2. Got 2 teams. That's all we've got.
Where are all the players today?
Might have been the email I sent that might have rubbed them the wrong way. That might have something to do with it.
Our guy, Craig Hislop, goes down there to cover these events, and he just sits alone. Like, they're not sending people over to him.
Yeah, I haven't heard from anybody. I haven't heard from Craig, actually, all day. So, I don't know where he's at. I'm not... I haven't gotten any audio since 11:30 this morning.
Well, maybe Craig decided to go see a few shows or something. I don't know. He's in Las Vegas. You know, he's going to live the high life while he's down there.
Dude, Craig is 86 years old. He's lived enough high life for both of us combined.
Okay.
I hope he's not listening on the app. Hey, Eric, we got a lot to get to. We don't have a show tomorrow because we're going to be celebrating the weekend, or at least the state holiday. Is that how we correctly phrase that?
It is a state holiday, yes.
So we'll
it's a recognized celebration of that holiday, though it technically does take place on Saturday.
Your dad is going to be
in my mind, like, that's the holiday, so that's the day.
Wait a minute.
July 24th is the holiday. July 23rd is not the holiday.
Oh, okay, time out. So on July 3rd of this year, you're like, no, we got to take the day off. No, we need the day off. It's a holiday. And then you're already leaving tomorrow, so you weren't even going to be here in the first place. And you're like, oh, no, we need to celebrate the 24th on the 24th. Not the 23rd, but the 24th.
The best holidays are those that fall on a weekend.
Jeez.
So that employers
like
can
your
say
dad.
you need to be back to work.
You sound just like your dad. That's not a good thing either. That's not a compliment on that part.
So, no, we will not be here tomorrow. We will be recognizing the state holiday.
I love how yesterday I was like, yeah, I'm taking the day off tomorrow. And you're like, what? And it's like, well, yeah, I'm taking the day off tomorrow, man. Like, nobody's going to be here tomorrow. Our receptionists are taking the day off tomorrow. And he was like, Uncle, it was like freaking Scrooge from the Christmas Carol. Humbug. You're here working. Sports is working. Is sports working? Yeah, I guess so. Well, then you should be working too. What should we talk about tomorrow or Friday, Eric? I don't know. Sports.
It's in that voice, right?
Just, jeez, Louise, man. Hey, so our text line was dead yesterday. I can't wait. Look, I know you 2-hour shows are long days for us. There's a lot that we're doing, and, you know, we're exhausted, and football season's going to be exhausting. But I can't wait to get back to 2-hour shows because, dude, we used to get like at 5 o'clock. Our text line was just lit up like a Christmas tree.
I seem to remember the 4 o'clock hour always being the busiest hour.
Dude, I feel like the 5 o'clock hour was the busier hour. Because, look, 4 o'clock hour, nobody's texting in. 4 o'clock hour, we're averaging like 4 texts a day, maybe 3 on a good day.
Ajay needs that affirmation that you're listening.
Oh,
and that you're paying attention to what he has to say.
No, Eric, here I am promoting our text line, and here I am promoting Guild Mortgage because they sponsor our text line, which, by the way, We're going to have some exciting news coming up here in the near future, Eric. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, spicy.
You're retiring from broadcasting?
What?
Sorry, too soon?
What? Hey, breaking news. I'm being let go of my job
No.
because I'm taking tomorrow off. Oh, hey, look, there it is. 8003. Ajay should only have to work 1 day a week. Amen. Hey, can we, just add an additional PS note in there and still get paid?
I was going to say, if you only want to get paid for doing 1 day a week.
Oh, your dad would love that. Yeah, we'll
Okay.
use it for 1 day. Yeah,
right.
that sounds good. Eric can
Bring
do the
payroll
rest.
down a bit.
Eric's going to be fine. 9315. You can just throw preseason out of the window the minute they throw the first football for the games.
You can just throw preseason out the window the minute they throw the first football for the games. Okay. Thanks, 9315.
Don't be a bully. He's texting into our show.
He is. And I'm just reading it as it's been said.
Condescendingly.
I was just trying to figure it out. He also adds, if AJ was around for Ajay, more text maybe.
So if AJ was here on the show, there would be more text into our show. AJ does do a good job of getting text into our show.
4260, 4 o'clock listener with a fist bump.
Hey,
Thank
what
you.
up? 4260 in the house.
8003, double his pay.
Yes. See, this is what I'm talking.
Still, that's a better deal.
I'm just-
if I
heck
doubled
yeah.
your pay
And
and,
working
you only
only
came
1
in
day.
1 day a week, I'm still
Dude,
paying you less.
Your ratings would skyrocket. I get double
For
my
1
pay,
day.
and I only have to work 1 day a week. I mean, there's some common sense here. I love it. So since we got our listeners listening in right now, I've got to ask. The Mountain West Conference preseason all Mountain West football team came out. Eric, there is one Aggie on the list. One. And it's Savon. He's also your special teams player of the year, which, go figure, you and I guessed that without even sweating or blinking an eye.
By the way, I was perfect 3 for 3. Just saying. The preseason awards.
Oh, for the offensive. By the way, I didn't know who to pick for defensive, and so I just copied you.
Oh, cheater.
Oh, yeah, because you've never done that on Pick 6 and then benefited from it, have you?
Yeah, but it is kind of, I'm going to say disappointing, not surprising.
Okay, so
That there's only one Aggie on this list.
Can I throw in a guy for offense?
Because this is based on what you did a year ago. And
Yeah.
who did anything outstanding a year ago outside of Savon Scarver?
Okay, can I throw in somebody for offense?
Okay.
Jordan Nathan. I think Jordan Nathan needs to be getting more credit than what he's... Just nobody's paying attention to him.
He's going to replace Romeo Dubs or Khalil Shakir?
Khalil. Not
No.
Romeo. Romeo
No.
was... Yeah.
He's not going to supplant Khalil Shakir. I think you could make a strong case for Rice as linebacker.
Yeah,
Utah
Justin
State.
Rice was my linebacker.
He was a
defensive guy.
beast at Fresno.
Or Shaq Bond.
He played well at Arkansas State.
Was Shaq Bond that bad?
I don't know if I'd say that bad, but
Dude, Jarek Reed II made it over Shaq Bond. And he plays for New Mexico, man. The same team that Peasley and the Aggies throttled last year.
no players from UNLV, no players from Air Force.
Which is interesting because they were picked way ahead of
Yeah,
Utah
it's like
State.
they're so good,
So
such a
what
great
am I
team.
what am I
Where are all
missing
these
here,
players?
man? This is so confusing.
Hawaii has two representatives. Oh, sorry, 3. Cortez Davis from the defensive back, Darius Maasau as a linebacker, and Calvin Turner as a punt returner. So, yeah, but not a lot of love for Utah State on this list.
What do you mean not a lot of love? There is no love.
Well, if there were no love, Savon Scarver wouldn't be on the list.
Eric, Savon Scarver was an automatic.
So that's showing the Aggies some love.
Okay. That's showing, hey, we have
They're
no other special
recognizing-
teams guys.
Look, they're recognizing him for his unique and his special talent.
He was an All-American in like 5 publications last year, man.
I know. He should be on there.
So,
That's not a token. Like, okay, we'll give you one.
well, yeah, they would. They should.
But Savon Scarver shouldn't be that guy if they're going to play that game. But, I mean, look, Utah State has a lot to prove.
They do.
They had a terrible year a year ago.
I will agree.
It was a mess. Nobody really knocked anybody's socks off for what they were able to do outside of Savon Scarver in the kick return game. So I think this list in the preseason is going to look very different. In the postseason is going to look very different from what we were seeing in the preseason. I think Rice could prove an opportunity to be on this list. We might see an offensive lineman get on the list. And then, like, Devin Tompkins. It's kind of strange that you only put 2 wide receivers on the
I agree. I think there should have been 4 receivers.
Yeah.
2 backs, 5 linemen, and then 1 tight end. Yeah, it's kind of odd. Hey, dude, I was looking up some stuff on Carson Strong. There's talk about him being in the conversation as a top 10 NFL draft pick if he has this kind of year. Like the good Carson Strong 2020 year. Put that into a 12-game season. If he can do that again, they think that he's actually going to be a top 10 NFL draft pick.
It's possible.
I hope Romeo gets that same love then.
Well, yeah, because he makes Carson Strong look really good.
Amen. I'm with you on that.
8003 on our Guild Mortgage text line. If Ajay were only on 1 day a week, I would turn on 3 radios and listen to all of them at the same time.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to block everybody on our text line except for 8003. And only 8003 can text into our show.
A lot of love coming from
what
8003.
9315 is to Eric, 8003 is to me. My protector, my bodyguard.
Earlier this month said Ajay carries that Full Court Press podcast.
Yes, it's been widely discussed. I love how you're just...
Do you have a burner phone over there?
No! Dude.
The last 4 digits of 8003?
No, look, I'm a celebrity.
I start calling you Kevin Durant.
But I'm not celebrity enough to be able to have a burner phone. That'd be actually a good idea. So, by the way, I've actually always thought about getting a burner Twitter account because with, like, for example, you and I have Twitter accounts that represent a lot. When we tweet, what our words say could have an impact whether we mean it or not on, our jobs or whatever. I'm going to make a burner account just to say whatever the heck I want. Dude, to just tell some people who are like, hey, the Aggies suck, and then just light them up like a Christmas tree, Or when someone makes a stupid joke, I'd love that. I would make a burner account just to get after people, just to argue with them. And there's some people I'd like to argue with and just let them have it. And they wouldn't even know it was me. Oh, that'd be fantastic. Not be vulgar, not be derogatory, just to argue with them and to tell them where,
And then one day you get your accounts mixed up and you send the wrong thing on the wrong account.
Oh, man, that'd be so bad.
It happens all the time. So
4260, open up a Bridgeland Bear Twitter. Yes. I love it. Wait, everybody would know that with me. Hold on. We got to think about that. 9315. What would Ajay's burner Twitter name be? Maybe it's going to be Gary Coleman. Maybe it's going to be Steve Urkel. Maybe it's going to be Michael Scott. Maybe it's going to be Eric Frandsen's adoption child. I don't know. It could be anything. I am very creative with Twitter names, which, by the way, I still need help from our wonderful listeners. I need a new fantasy football name.
Oh, yeah, you were talking
Michael
about that
Scott's
the other day.
thoughts is it's time to retire that name.
Why?
Because we suck. Like with that name, I want to put that name
You
behind me
need something new to inspire you to
to
be
motivate
better.
me to kick your butt in fantasy football this year.
That's not hard to do.
Well, it was for me because I was up like 37 on you, and then I lost. Remember that? And I lost by
remember that.
0.6, man. I lost by 0.6 because my kicker couldn't kick a field goal. I need a new fantasy football name. So someone give me a new fantasy name, and I am in. By the way, AJ calls it Fantasy Family. I should tell you that. He's like, hey, we're getting ready for our Fantasy Family thing. And I was like, wow.
Fantasy family?
Man, you guys are pretty close, huh? And he's like, wait, sorry, I meant fantasy football. I'm like, nope. As you like to say, Eric, it's been written in ink. It's been written in text.
You should call it the full court dress.
It's too long. And there's no spice to that. The full court dress?
Full court depressed. or not. Bear Lake Monstars.
Dude, I like 9315. What? No, was that 4260? Bridgeland Bear. Yes, I like that. Maybe I can't say that on air. Never mind. I have to wait till I get off air. Let's see. 8003. Fantasy football team name. BOHICA. It's an acronym. I have no idea what it is. I could never figure that out.
Need a little help on that one.
Hey, Eric, so I got a little bit spicy yesterday. I hopped on the USU fans forum board, and
Wow, that's
I know.
that's
I'm gluten
brave.
for punishment. I know.
Yeah.
Probably not the smartest thing. And what was even probably a worse decision is I actually got on and said, hey, I'm Ajay. Want to say hi to everybody. And, of course, someone pops up and says, you guys never talk Aggie sports on your show. 70 to 80% of your show should be about Aggie sports. Instead, you talk Tom Brady, what you had for lunch, or BYU. And I'm like, dude, what are you listening to,
Apparently
man?
this person's not listening.
I was like, what the world? Yeah.
We talk Aggie sports all the time.
Yeah. He's like, 70 to 80% of your show should be Aggie sports. And I'm like, I'd say 80 to 90% of our show is Aggie sports. Now, when they're not playing sports, then it's different. Like right now, there's not a whole lot to go through. Now, come in August, we're going to get saucy. But yeah, he was very upset. Oh, and he wanted insider info too. Like he thinks that we should have an insider on our show to talk about stuff going on behind the scenes. And I mean this respectfully, but no one's ever going to do that because I'm one of those insiders.
I was going to say we already kind of have that.
Yeah.
To
And
be very honest with you.
yes, but we can't, like, there's things that we're allowed to talk about, and there's things, I'll have conversations with you off air. And there's that unwritten rule between you and I, and it's like, hey, if we're having it off air, that means we're not talking about it on air. And we've had so many of those conversations. Like, I'll talk with you about it off, but on the air, like, we can't. Like, to get insiders on the show and talk insider Aggie stuff, I don't do things to make the Aggies happy. That's not my job. But I want to keep their respect. I have a trusted relationship with them, I feel like. And to do or say something that when I was specifically told not to say that thing about whatever it is, then it would break my trust. It would ruin that relationship I have, and which would be really unfortunate. So I get what they're saying. They want like the whole inside, like, you got to tell us what happened with Gary Anderson or Jason Shelley. And it's like, I can't. Like, I can't come on air and say it. Like, there's a line I got to draw. And I mean, like I said, I've had conversations with you, but I can't go out into the radio world and repeat those things. So.
No, and I think you do a fair job of like sharing what you can share, but then keeping other things in confidence because you still have to maintain those relationships.
Yeah.
And that people can speak to you and not fear that you're just going to run around and blab about it on the air. Right
and someone
away.
would say, well, yeah, but what if that person's not listening to you? Dude, there's plenty of people listening to us.
Word gets around.
It gets out. It doesn't. It doesn't take long. I've learned that.
We've both learned that the hard way.
Refer to the Jim Rome show. This is from 8003.
Bohica.
Bend over, here it comes again.
It's an acronym. Bend over,
Dude,
here it comes again.
I love that.
Bohica.
I love it. I love it. 6789. Ooh, Aggie Azalea?
Instead of Iggy Azalea?
Oh. Hey, do you remember it? Oh,
you should be the Utah State Eggies.
Who? Oh, never mind. Nope, we can't answer that on the radio, can we? Never mind, I'll wait.
Iggy's.
Dude, I miss Iggy's, the restaurant. Okay.
I liked that place.
OC Aggie's probably right. We're probably talking about food way too much, but dude, I miss Iggy's. The bread was so good.
I really like their nachos. Remember their specialty nacho plate? It's like an Italian nachos thing
I never had it. I always had the cheese fries.
It's really good.
Oh, cheese fries were the best. Aggie Azalea. Dude, that's pretty good. That one and Jim Rome. Bohica or Bohica. Bohica. Yes. Those are definitely two of my top ones. Definitely. Hey, really quickly, if we can go back to Mountain West Conference football. Again, Media Day is concluding today, actually.
Yeah, yesterday was the coaches. Today's the players. Mostly 2 players from every team going around. They released the preseason offensive player, defensive player, special teams player. As we mentioned, Nevada junior quarterback Carson Strong, preseason offensive player of the year. I think that's a no-brainer.
Yeah, no
You
kidding.
had somebody else. You had his wide receiver, Romeo Doubs.
Yeah.
San Jose State senior defensive lineman Cade Hall, defensive player, and then Utah State kickoff specialist Savon Scarver as the special teams player of the year. Scarver, he's really close to breaking Mountain West and national records. He has 6 kickoff returns in his career. It's tied for 5th most in the NCAA and 2nd most in Mountain West history.
Wow.
So, will he break the record? In a 12-game season, assuming all games happen as they're supposed to, but I don't know if it will, because as we're learning this week throughout the country, as teams have come in and conferences coming together for these media days, there's a good number of teams that are not even close to being the vaccination levels that were hoped for by now. A lot of these conferences are hoping that teams get to that 80%. And if you're at 80% of your team and staff vaccinated, you don't have to do the very restrictive COVID protocols with testing and travel and everything like that you had to do a year ago. But if your team's not at that level, it's like doing it all over again last year. I'd hate to sign up for that, but there's some teams, they're not even close to that. And some of it is because their leadership is not really signing up for it. And one of the key examples is the Utah State opener against Washington State. Nick Rolovich releasing a statement saying, I'm not getting vaccinated. I'm not going to talk about it, but I'm not doing it.
That
and
worries me.
Consequently, their team is low on their entire vaccination.
Yep, they are. And that worries me, Eric, because we're supposed to go to Pullman, Washington, September 4th for game 1. And with that low of a vaccination rate over at Washington State, and again, I understand everybody has their reasons for getting or not getting vaccinated, but when you're going out to put a football team on a football field to go play a game, I would rather play this safe than sorry. And to have a team that's lowly or as low on the vaccination definitely concerns me in a lot of ways. Because it could put the game in jeopardy. It really could. It could put the game in jeopardy.
There's speaking of vaccination rates with football teams, the NFL announcing today very strict consequences if you don't, and it's causing a bit of an uproar among some players.
I didn't hear about this.
There's incentives and consequences in the NFL. There was a memo that went out today, so as of today, Roger Goodell says that more than 75% of NFL players were at least partially vaccinated More than half of the league's teams have player vaccination rates above 80%. So a lot of teams are doing pretty good, but there are a few out there that are not hitting the mark yet. But here's the thing. Unvaccinated players will be subject to severe protocols during training camp and the regular season, including daily testing, mask wearing, travel restrictions, and they could, in theory, be responsible for the loss of games and paychecks.
Wow.
So a forfeit will be called this upcoming season if the following circumstances occur in the NFL. A game was postponed by requirement of government authorities or medical experts because of ongoing health concerns of an outbreak. The league can't find a suitable date to reschedule within the 18-week framework, and the original postponement was caused by an outbreak among unvaccinated players of one team. If a forfeit occurs, players from both teams will lose their game checks. Wow. If I'm the opposing team and we're above the 80% mark and somebody on another team, there's an outbreak on them because they're careless, they're not doing what they're supposed to do, and then I end up losing my paycheck, that is not going to be pretty.
I'm just reading an article that Arizona wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins, he had tweeted out something, and of course he deleted it because that's always the best way to go about it, is tweet it, let everybody see it, and then delete it. But that he would question his future in the NFL if it meant not getting the COVID-19 vaccine, which could potentially hurt his team's chances in 2021. Ooh. In the deleted tweet, he says, quote, "Never thought I would say this, but being in a position to hurt my team because I won't partake in the vaccine is making me question my future in the NFL."
The thing, look, we talk about this, don't mean to get on a soapbox. I'm not a doctor. I'm not going to pretend to be one. This isn't a political statement either. Look, you can be vaccinated and still get COVID. The difference is you're not going to the hospital. You're not going to die. If you're unvaccinated and you get COVID, your chances of going to the hospital and your chances of dying are significantly greater.
Hey, can you still test COVID positive with the vaccine?
Yes. But the thing is, your body has the stuff now in your system that you can fight it at a much greater rate.
Really? Yeah, because Jalen Ramsey tweeted out, "I know 2 people right now who got the vaccine but are COVID positive. I wouldn't look at a teammate as a bad teammate if he don't get the vaccine. No pressure from me."
See, he's missing the point. And Doug Gottlieb really pounded that one today. Look, BJ Rains earlier, I think this was yesterday, says, "I can confirm Boise State is not one of the Mountain West teams to reach an 80% vaccination rate. Broncos have some work to do." And I believe he also had asked about Utah State, and I'm trying to find that.
I was going to say, I think he asked about Utah State, and I think
Here
they're
we go.
good.
Utah State is in the 60%
60%?
vaccination rate
Okay.
at the moment,
So that answers 9315's question.
according to Coach Blake Anderson.
Is USU at 80%? It's actually in the 60% range.
It says Coach Anderson does expect that number to soon increase. Craig Thompson says fully vaccinated players will not have to test this fall. Those that aren't vaccinated will have to test. And the schools are on the hook for the bill.
Which, okay, you know what?
I'm
They should
okay
be.
with that. Yeah, they should be.
They should be.
All right, we were overdue for a timeout here in the Full Court Press. Still want to weigh in on the preseason poll that came out if you want to. Only Savon Scarver getting recognized on the preseason poll for, or not the poll, but all conference teams over the preseason. Who else? But who else should have been on that list from USU? Also, we've got our pick 6 coming up. It's Ajay's favorite time of the week.
I hate this game.
And we're going to look ahead. We've got a big weekend. The Olympics are starting. Team USA will play.
Dude, this Oklahoma-Texas situation is getting weird, but more weird by the day.
Yeah, it's true. Big 12.
They had their
has a
meeting
conference
today?
call today.
Guess who? 2 teams didn't show up to the meeting.
conspicuous much? We'll talk about that next, coming on the Full Court Press.
Girls, us guys are always trying to score some brownie points, but we need all the help we can get. So dropping some subtle hints is helpful, such as your favorite food is Italian, you love the color green, and you want the ring from Jarek's Fine Jewelry, the place with the bright green cars on 930 North Main Street. Okay, so it might not be so subtle, but that's okay. Remember, we need the help. Make it special, make it Jarek's. Now remember, just tell him it's the place with the bright green cars.
Loveland Living Planet Aquarium takes us outside our everyday lives, into a world of discovery. It's a chance to explore our innate curiosity, discover animals from around the world, and experience the all-new outdoor plaza and eco. More to explore at Loveland Living Planet Aquarium. Reserve your visit at thelivingplanet.com.
If you want to hit a home run or score a touchdown when it comes to your vehicle's maintenance, get your oil changed at Valvoline Instant Oil Change in Logan. This is Dustin with Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Preventative maintenance is huge in your game plan to keep your vehicle on the road. Not only do we change your oil, but we can also provide other services like recharging your air conditioning. Stay in your car while our trained pros service your vehicle. Valvoline Instant Oil Change, 695 North Main in Logan, across from Angie's.
Game time, prime time, it's time. Time to buy a new Honda at your Utah Honda dealers. Unlike the competition, your Utah Honda dealers are loaded with new Honda CRVs, HRVs, Civics, Accords, Pilots, and more. And with used cars in high demand, your trade-in has never been worth more than right now. Honda is the most awarded brand of the last decade and most fuel-efficient automaker in America. Hurry, the 2021 Hondas are going fast. It's time to get to your Utah Honda dealers and UtahHondaDealers.com.
When it's time for a new haircut, don't cut into your wallet. At New Horizons Beauty College, haircuts, color, highlights, pedicures, and manicures are far less expensive than going to a salon. The students at New Horizons Beauty College are trained in all the latest trends and techniques. You'll get a great look at a great price. Plus, New Horizons has great prices on the products to help you maintain that new look. All services performed by students and closely supervised by licensed instructors. New Horizons Beauty College, 550 North Main in the Clock Tower Plaza in Logan.
The Aggies, the Jazz, the high schools, the Full Court Press on Sports Talk Radio, 106.9 FM, 1390 AM. The Fan.
Eric Frandsen, Ajay Salvesen here on the Full Court Press, 106.9 FM, 1390 AM. Streaming on the 106.9 The Fan mobile app and 106.9thefan.com. And that's where also you can find podcasts of our old shows, previous episodes, audio from a lot of the coaches throughout the Mountain West Conference. Not every coach. Craig Hislop was literally sitting in a room alone. Well, not alone, but not having any coaches come over to him for 3 hours yesterday, even though he was told many times.
No, he was promised.
Yeah, he was promised they'll be right there, and then later found out they boarded a plane and flew back to Colorado.
Yeah, I might have sent a stern email to Mr. Stuart Buchanan about that. And I haven't gotten any audio yet, so I'm still waiting for some more audio. Hopefully we'll get it soon. And hopefully we'll get to hear from Shaq and Savon. That'd be great. 9315, will the school make player unvaccinated who are unvaccinated pay for testing? I hope they would, or is that not allowed? No, the school will pay for the testing, I'm sure. I don't think they'll make the player do it. I think they'll make the school
Right,
do
the
it.
school will have to fit, take care of the bill there.
Yeah.
Before, the Mountain West helped with some, and then the school would help with
last
some.
year, right? Yeah.
Right, but now the Mountain West is like, nope, you get to 80%, it's on you. And you got to pay the bill. And if you're not going to get to 80%, here are the other things you need to do. And for good reason. Like they're not doing this because they have some agenda about some medical thing. I mean, they do have an agenda. It's about keeping players and people safe and healthy.
Dude, I I'm reading this story about the whole NFL versus COVID vaccine thing. It really is a mess. You're right, Eric. Like Patriots linebacker Matt Judon, the NFLPA bleeping sucks. GM Erzray, who's the Indianapolis Colts owner, said that his team's at 50% vaccination right now. 50. Tampa Bay Buccaneers running back Leonard Fournette, that he would not be getting the vaccine, saying, I can't do it. And then Jalen Richard, who is the Las Vegas Raiders running back, encouraged unvaccinated players to read the rules, know them like you know your own plays. We playing in jail this year, and you should act as such, end quote.
Commissioner Goodell, in his memo today, reminded them that, look, they're encouraging vaccination. It's not required because there's an agreement with the NFL Players Association. But they're calling them incentives, but really they're more like penalties. Your incentive is you don't have to test all the time. You don't have to wear a mask. You can travel. You have a little more freedom of movement. But if you don't, and if your teammates don't, and there's an outbreak, it's not going to be pretty. It's a little unclear in the Mountain West what happens there. If there's an outbreak with another team, it's just a forfeit.
Yeah.
You don't get to play the game. There are going to be cancellations this year.
Oh, without question.
With so many teams that are not at that threshold.
And by the way,
there's going to be an outbreak.
And there's going to be them in college football, too. And I heard numbers went up in Utah.
Oh, my gosh.
Is that what I heard?
They are going up a lot over this last month. Some of the reports today are they're attributing it to large gatherings around the 4th of July. And it's 95% of hospitalizations, or maybe even higher than that, are among those who are unvaccinated. There are a few cases of people who have the vaccine that are testing positive, but they're not going to the hospital. So, it's kind of sad.
It's a bummer. Hey, the Olympics start tomorrow night. The opening ceremony. I think we have a couple people who are going to be doing the flag. I know Sue Bird. And then the Alvarez guy, the speed skating guy, is going to be doing it for USA. I'm excited to talk with you some USA basketball. They play Sunday versus France. To get your thoughts on that and how they're going to look. U.S. women's soccer got just destroyed by Sweden. So how much trouble are they in? There's a lot of questions for the U.S. athletes and how many gold medals we're actually going to end up with it, or even medal at this point.
Right, and that U.S. women's national team for soccer, they've been so dominant. That was a real big surprise. Maybe even a needed wake-up call for them. I'll take a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll discuss the Olympics coming up this weekend. And also around the corner, our Pick Six. Stick around.
Your attention. Due to extreme fire danger in our local mountains, including Cherry Peak, the Granger Smith concert venue has been moved for your safety. Granger Smith, along with Earl Dibbles Jr. Live, will now be held at Green Canyon High School football field. Same night, this Friday, July 23rd. Food, fun, and high energy. That's why I love Tickets on sale now at skicpr.com. It happens like that. A huge thanks to Green Canyon High School administration for allowing this one-of-a-kind event to happen. Hit after hit, live with Granger Smith. I'm just trying to hate you like I love you. Visit skicpr.com for tickets.
North Logan City's Pioneer Day celebrations are Friday, July 23rd, and will be bigger and better than ever, with enough activities to entertain the whole family. Start the morning with a fun run and fishing contest. Don't forget the best parade in Utah begins at 10 a.m., then swing back to Elk Ridge Park at 5:30 for a charity barbecue, followed by games and outdoor movie. And finally, fireworks presented by Schreiber Foods and the evening with the bang. North Logan City's Pioneer Day celebration on July 23rd. A thrilling day of laughter and entertainment. Visit northloganrec.org for more details.
Hi, this is Ashley with LSS Insurance. The health insurance marketplace has reopened. This special enrollment period is available to everyone. If you have been adversely affected by COVID, lost coverage, need to make a change, or simply want to enroll, now is the time. We can help. Call 752-9493 to find out how much you could save. More tax credits are being offered. Greater cost sharing and coverage could start as soon as the 1st. Go to lssins.com or call 752-9493.
This is Bruce Rigby from Cache Valley Bank. People come to me all the time and say, wow, Cache Valley Bank is growing. We are growing and providing banking services to many communities in Utah and particularly here in Cache Valley. Cache Valley Bank is actively involved in our communities with local people who can make decisions quickly and professionally. We're a community bank and Cache Valley is important to us. Cache Valley Bank, growing, expanding, and proud to have our roots firmly planted in Cache Valley. Cache Valley Bank, member FDIC.
In the Army National Guard, family means everything.
Our parents, they were really supportive that all 5 of us would join. I got my education because of the Guard. I got to travel a little bit and experience a whole different culture. It helped me get my job, it helped me pay for my house.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard instills pride that you and your family will share. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about part-time service. Sponsored by the Utah Army National Guard. Aired by the Utah Broadcasters Association and this station.
Talking the sports you care about. The Full Court Press on Sports Talk Radio. 106.9 FM. 1390 AM. The Fan.
Welcome back to Full Court Press. Eric Frandsen, Ajay Salvesen.
Eric, when's the last time a U.S. Olympic women's soccer team and a U.S. men's basketball team have not medaled in the same year?
Oh, man.
Do you think that's ever happened? Because I think we're on track for that this year.
Well, the U.S. women's national team didn't used to be as powerful as they are now, so maybe in the 90s? Early 90s?
Yeah, it had to be early 90s. But the USA men's team was medaling. I mean, they had the 92 Dream Team, 96 Dream Team Part 2. 2000, I think they medaled. 04, I think was a bronze. But, I mean, okay, well, maybe the better question is when's the last time both of them didn't medal as a gold? I mean, but this is scary territory for the U.S. team.
Opening ceremonies are tomorrow, as you said. And on the text line, 9315 with a good question. How's the opening going to feel with no fans in the stands? Who do they wave to? Or how's that work?
Yeah, that's a great question. Because usually, like, they all walk around the track or whatever. They waved everybody. And now there's no fans. There's no spectators. Oh, man, it's going to be weird.
I'm sure they'll have their designated areas where cameras are set up. And they'll make sure that they are aware of that. So they'll probably be waving to the different cameras as they go around.
But it's just going to be so quiet.
There'll be music. There'll be stuff going on. They'll have cameras that'll go in there on the athletes themselves. And look, I worked the opening ceremonies for the Paralympic Games in Salt Lake City on a camera crew.
Yeah.
And we were the group that provided the footage for basically every country. We weren't doing it just for Team USA and what they were doing. We were to treat every team as if they were the stars. And that was a really interesting experience to do that. So,
did you suck at that? Like, I mean, how did that go? I can only imagine. Camera 1, camera 2. Eric's like, camera's like way over off somewhere, filming some bird, while someone's skating down on the bobsled or whatever they're doing, and you're just like off yonder.
I did not handle a camera for the Paralympic opening ceremonies or for the Olympics. I was more behind the scenes with some of the technical stuff. But
so you got to say camera 1, camera 2, or you got to say action.
No, I wasn't that guy. I wasn't that guy either.
Hey, 8798, I don't want to ignore his text. Respectfully, I don't want to ignore it, I should say. But he says, why is no one talking about the amount of deaths that have been caused by the vaccine? If you don't want to get a vaccine, you should not have to get it one. End of story. It's not, though, respectfully for athletes, because if you don't get the vaccine and you test positive, or if you do test positive, it affects other people on your team, you might end up being one of those, teams that are canceled or forfeit game.
Well, I want to address something that he brings up here. Is there a chance of dying from the vaccine? And there is. 0.0017% of over 300 million doses of the vaccine. It's probably over 350 million at this point. This was as of mid-June. But in more than 350 million doses, there has been about 5,000 deaths worldwide. So your chance of a negative, fatal reaction to the vaccine is 0.0017%. The chances of dying with not having a vaccine, much higher. Much higher. I get it. Look, talk to your medical professional. If you have concerns about it, talk to your medical professional.
Yeah. And he's right. 8798 says it's still a personal choice. You cannot be forced to take a vaccine. You're absolutely right. You're 100% right. You're 1,000% right. It's a personal choice, and you got to do what you think is best for you. Absolutely. I'll absolutely agree to that.
Right. 99.8% survival rate. That's, I almost said a naughty word, but I can't say on the radio. But that's pretty darn good.
Dude, I've said it.
That's pretty darn good.
Your dad doesn't care. All right, hey, we got to get to Olympics. Oh, actually, we got to take a break here. But when we come back, we got to get pick six. I've got a bold pick six for you about the Olympics.
Ooh, saucy.
Yes.
All right, we'll talk about it coming up next on the Full Court Press.
This year, celebrate your anniversary with diamond jewelry from S.C. Needham Jewelers. Diamonds are a lasting gift and will be passed to future generations. When you shop our store, you'll enjoy a large selection of diamond bands, diamond pendants, and diamond earrings. Or perhaps this is the year to remount your diamond in a new one-of-a-kind wedding ring. Design it yourself and have one of our goldsmiths make the perfect ring. If you're in the market, come today. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 to 7. S.C. Needham Jewelers, middle of the block, at the sign of the clock.
This is Larry from Larry's Pharmacies. Often, commercial drugs don't meet individual needs. You may be allergic to fillers or dyes, need a unique strength, or something that is unavailable. Compounding medicine is how pharmacy began. I have compounded meds for over 30 years. My labs are state-of-the-art and conform to the highest standards. My highly trained staff will compound it accurately and price it fairly. If regular treatments don't work well, call me to see if there is a better, more economical alternative we can compound for you. Stay well.
This is Ryan at My Mattress. My wife and I were laughing the other day because she read an article about things not to buy online. The first thing was prom dresses. Dresses advertised versus dresses delivered. Needless to say, what people thought they were getting is not what they got. It's much the same with mattresses. Almost always, buying a mattress online ends in buyers being let down. At My Mattress, we try to always exceed expectations. Lower prices than online, and better beds. Only at My Mattress.
Fireworks are an American tradition. Safety and common sense are so important as you and yours celebrate the holiday with fireworks. Always have water on hand. Make sure spectators keep a safe distance from the fireworks. Use common sense and never try to relight a dud. Anybody under 12 should never handle sparklers. And finally, alcohol and fireworks don't mix. For information about potential fireworks restrictions in your area, visit Merrill Family Holiday Sales at 855 South Main in Logan. From our family to yours, have a happy holiday. This safety message brought to you by Merrill Family Holiday Sales and the Cache Valley Media Group.
The Aggies are #1 here. The Full Court Press. Connect with us on Facebook, Twitter, and online at 1069thefan.com.
Hey, what song is this?
This is Bjork, Army of One.
Dude, I like the beat. That's good. See, we need stuff like this. Not Hotel California. Yeah.
435-339-0321 to join us on the Guild Mortgage text line. Ajay, Olympics opening ceremony on tomorrow. And there's games already going on right now, actually.
Yep.
Some new sports introduced. Some of them I'm excited to see. Others, I just don't know why they're there.
What? Skateboarding?
Speed climbing?
Dude, okay. Yeah.
Surfing?
That might be a bit worrisome.
For some, I'm sure that's really exciting. But Team USA for the men basketball, they play on Sunday against France. But I'm looking forward to the Olympics. There won't be fans. That is unfortunate. But still, the Olympics is a great celebration of just people pushing their bodies to crazy limits, breaking records, great competition, a lot of national pride. I look forward to it.
Yeah, I actually am excited about it for a couple of reasons. Just it's new, and I mean it's a new team, and there's different challenges, and still really good teams in there. So yeah, it'll be fun. I'm excited as well.
You know what else I'm excited for?
I bet you $20 I can get you gambling before the end of the day.
No way. It's the Full Court Press Pick
No,
Six.
dude, I hate this game. I freaking hate this game.
6 things we
I'm going to
think
talk
will
over
happen
the
this
stupid
weekend.
intro.
I don't know how the
because
whole
I hate
betting
it
thing
so
started,
badly.
but it's fun.
I believe in you.
Shut up, Eric. Dude, and you know what really ticks me off the most is Cody's like, hey, let me ask you a question when that's a 50-50 chance. Bo Jackson, wrong. Like, come on, dude, be better.
All right, pick 6, the 6 things we think might happen this weekend. All right, Ajay, I'll let you go first.
So, oh, man. I was going to do it, but I think I'm going to be wrong here. All right. So Team USA plays France on Sunday. Rudy Gobert, 2.5 blocks, over under.
I'll have to change one of mine now. I'm going to say under.
Team USA.
Wait, well, you got to give me yours.
Oh, sorry. Under. Team USA by 9.5, over under.
Over France?
Yeah.
By 9.5.
Yeah.
I'm going to say under.
Really? I'm going to say over.
Okay.
And then I was looking for Team USA's baseball schedule, but I can't find it. Oh, there it is. Maybe. Okay, yeah. Dude, that's not going to help me at all. Nope, never mind that idea. All right, I'll just do one more. U.S. women's soccer in their next game. Megan Rapinoe. 1.5 goals, over under. She scores 1.5 goals, I should say.
I'll say over.
I'm going to say under.
Okay.
Would you shut off that stupid music?
No, got to let it roll for 10 more seconds.
Man. What do you do this to me? I hate this game so badly.
Okay. I'm going to say Kevin Durant points versus France. I'm going to set the line at 15.5.
Over.
I'm going to take the under. Okay, there's a 3-on-3 tournament, part of the Olympics. On Friday, it'll be Poland versus Latvia. Pick the winner.
Poland, just because I already know where that place is at. Laffy?
I'm going Latvia.
Dude, shut up. I swear, if you win that, we're retiring this stupid game.
And then finally, Max Scherzer will be on the mound at the Orioles on Saturday. Strikeouts, setting it at 8.5.
Under. I don't even know.
I'm going to take the over.
If Latvia wins, I'm done with this game. Do you understand me?
Do you even know where Latvia is?
No, but you don't either. And if they win, I'm going to be livid.
I lived in Latvia for 3 months.
Oh, okay. It's in Albania. That's great.
It is north of Poland.
What?
It's not that far from Poland, actually. So I think it'll be a little saucy.
Was that for soccer or baseball?
It's basketball, 3-on-3.
Oh, frick. What?
It's a 3-on-3 basketball tournament.
You didn't say that.
Yes, I did.
You didn't say
It's a
3-on-3?
Yes, it's 3-on-3 basketball tournament. Friday, Poland versus Latvia. You picked Poland.
Can I change it to Latvia?
No, because I already picked it, and it's in ink.
We need a tiebreaker.
Oh, yes, we do.
Final score of USA France.
Okay.
You have what?
I'm going to say USA 102, France 98.
Wow. Okay, I'm going to say Team USA 105, France 85.
A lot of confidence in the Americans. Their defense.
If them and Lafayette let me down, so help me. I'm serious. So help me. Hey, just a reminder, no show tomorrow. I'm taking the day off, much to Eric's dismay. I'll be back Monday. We'll be back Monday.
Yeah, I'm running down to the...
Yeah, dude, you got a brutal trip, man.
Oh,
you got
a lot of driving.
Brutal trip. Hey, if we get audio from Savon and Shaq, we'll post it as soon as we do.
Be sure to keep checking back onto 1069thefan.com. We'll continue to post player and coach audio as we get it.
Yep.
And hopefully, crossing fingers, Craig Kislip was promised an opportunity to speak with Craig Thompson. Hopefully he gets that chance to do it. But we'll have it posted on our 1069thefan.com website, and it'll appear on our podcast feeds as well. So stay tuned and watch for that. Otherwise, enjoy the opening ceremonies. Have a great and safe holiday weekend, and we'll see you back here on Monday.
I'm Dan Patrick, and this is Above the Noise. There's been a lot going on in sports right now. The NBA Finals just wrapping up. We've had golf and tennis majors, baseball, the Olympics, opening ceremony tomorrow. For a certain kind of fan, all that can go on hold when one topic comes up: training camp, quarterback battles. And whether they're truly open battles or not is of little consequence. Even a hint of QB drama and the media goes crazy. Drew Lock versus Teddy Bridgewater in Denver. Bring it on. Jameis Winston versus Taysom Hill in New Orleans. Fascinating. Will rookie Mac Jones push Cam Newton in New England? What about Trey Lance and Jimmy Garoppolo in San Francisco? Justin Fields, Andy Dalton in Chicago? Is there any other starter in jeopardy of losing his job? Tua in Miami? Jalen Hurts in Philly? And what about Deshaun Watson in Texas? So soak up the rest of the sports coverage over the next couple of days, because training camp is almost here. I'm Dan Patrick, and this is Above the Noise.